Another crypto exchange was hacked, this time BitMart for $200 million, with $100 million over the Ethereum blockchain and $96 million over the crypto exchange's Binance Smart Chain reserves. And with billions of dollars being hacked from exchanges over the years, is it still safe for us to keep our crypto on these exchanges? Is your crypto safe? And also, if we are going to use these centralized exchanges, is there a way that we can reduce the risk? Let's talk about it. Welcome aboard the Bitcoin Express. My name is Chase. Let's get to it. Unfortunately, crypto hacks are not a new thing. We have seen billions of dollars stolen through centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges over the year, and they will not stop. We will see more in the future. And also, to add to this recent hack from BitMart, crypto lender Celsius has admitted losing in the $120 million BadgerDao hack. Now, Celsius themselves were not hacked. However, they had money in BadgerDao, a DeFi protocol, and the protocol was hacked. So they lost money within that hack. They did state, but none of the Celsius members lost money. Now, we don't know if this is true, right? Whether no Celsius members actually lost money, or maybe they did, but Celsius is just going to cover it up and reimburse these customers without them even knowing. Well, one thing we definitely need more in the crypto space with these centralized exchanges is more transparency what they're doing. We know that Celsius lends out crypto in order to make money, but we don't know exactly what they're doing. So hopefully in the future, we see more transparency from these centralized platforms. But in this case of Celsius, I just mentioned, maybe they did not have any of their funds from the customer stolen, or maybe they did and they'll reimburse it. But when it comes to a company like Celsius and some others in the space, there's actually an incentive that if they ever are part of a hack, to actually reimburse their customers. Because if it really is about money, companies that are established actually will make more money long term if they actually do right by their customers and reimburse them. If they don't, the company will probably go under. Not every company will reimburse their customers. For example, BitGrail was hacked in 2018 for $146 million in crypto. And I actually was part of this hack. At the time, I wanted to get Nano. It was hard to get at the time, but I found it on BitGrail. So I sent a few $1,000s there. Next thing I know, the funds were stolen and I will not get that money back. A big mistake that I made though, and this is a very good lesson, is make sure whatever platform you're using, you are able to withdraw. I sent money to BitGrail, I bought Nano, and I was not able to withdraw. And this was a few years ago when I was still newer into the crypto space. I didn't really think anything of this. But if you ever cannot withdraw your crypto from a platform, it is a big red flag. This is money that I'm not getting back, and BitGrail is no longer around. And then we have Kucoin, $281 million in crypto was stolen in the past, but the company recovered most of the funds and refunded customers. Mt. Gox, $450 million of mainly Bitcoin stolen in 2014, and the customers have not been reimbursed yet, and I don't think that they will. Remember what we said, there is an incentive for established companies to reimburse their customers do right, because in the long run, they make more money. Kucoin is a leader in this space, and it seems like they plan to be here in the long term. Mt. Gox is no longer in operation, right? So I don't know really what their incentive is to pay it back. Yes, there is the legal side, but forget the legal side for a moment. There is an internal incentive for an established company or an exchange to actually reimburse their customers in order for them to continue to operate for the long term. We also saw that Coincheck was hacked for $534 million in crypto, and customers were eventually reimbursed. So we can see from here that this is part of the game, unfortunately. Crypto exchanges can be hacked, and they will continue to be hacked. Certain companies have an incentive to reimburse their customers, others don't. Instead, they just dissolve and they're no longer in operation. And many of you might be thinking, get it off of the exchanges, put it on a hardware wallet. And this is an idea that I agree with, but I have a different approach. While this sounds great, ideally, it's not really practical. I even see sometimes people post on Twitter or on social media, hey guys, I'm looking to get my first crypto. What exchange should I use? Should I buy Bitcoin or Ethereum? And then there's people in the comments writing, don't use the exchanges, get a hardware wallet. Yet these people don't even own crypto yet. They have no idea what a hardware wallet is or a hot wallet, right? So take it step by step. And also you'll notice in videos or in posts, someone is saying this is the way to do it. This is the way to hold your crypto. There is no one way because everyone has different needs. For example, if someone is day trading or maybe swing trading very often, they actually will want their crypto on an exchange, right? If someone, for example, is going to hold their crypto long term, they don't really plan on touching it, then maybe they don't need an exchange. That's maybe when they should start using a hardware wallet. So everyone's going to have different needs and different priorities. Some people want convenience, so they want to use an exchange so that it's connected to their bank account so that if they ever need the money, they can instantly transfer it. And I do want to make it clear again that I do believe in hardware wallets, especially if someone is going to hold crypto that they do not plan on touching for a while. Even if it is crypto that they do plan on touching from time to time, hardware wallet is a smart move. I like the Ledger. Another very popular one is Trezor. I did make a video comparing the Ledger Nano S to the Ledger Nano X, and I will leave a link for that video in the description down below. You can check it out after this video. Now, when it comes to these exchanges, like we said, people are going to continue to use them. And I actually think people are going to continue to use them more than ever. And you know this belief in crypto that banks are going to go away? I think it's the opposite. Banks that don't adapt will go away. But banks that do adapt to crypto will actually stay and even grow because not everyone is going to self-custody their crypto. For us watching, many of us, we think it's easy, self-custody, your private keys. This is not the case for everyone. There is going to be people in the future, actually probably a large majority of the world, that don't want to hold their own keys, right? They don't know how to, they don't want that responsibility. They actually will use centralized platforms and they will use banks. But what's different now than the past is that in the past, there was no option. You had to use the system. But in today's world, you have the option. You can keep it with banks, centralized exchanges, or if you want, you can self-custody it. You can go half and half. There are so many different ways and there's so many different people that will have a different take on how they want to hold their crypto. But something that we can do that's very easy when it comes to using a centralized platform is keeping your funds in more than one place. We can even say this even for, let's say, self-custody, right? You might have half on a ledger, you might have half on an exchange, or you might have your crypto across 2 or 3 platforms. And this also comes down to convenience because of course you can split it across 10 exchanges, but it may not be convenient. This alone can help reduce your risk. Just not keeping your crypto all in one place. And every place that you keep your crypto has a different reputation, right? Some exchanges are more trustworthy than others. If you go to CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, they'll often list Binance at the top with a very high trust score. And Binance in the past actually was hacked, but they did reimburse their customers the full $40 million after the hack. But something about Binance over the year that has made me a little cautious is that on and off Binance.com and Binance US, they've been having issues with withdrawals and freezing withdrawals, something that I don't really like. But some other exchanges here with very good reputations are, for example, Coinbase. And they're, of course, right now a public company. And I want to remind you again what I said earlier. Most of these companies have an incentive, even if it's just about money, an internal incentive to reimburse customers if they are hacked because they actually will make more money if they reimburse their customers. Because if they have a hack and they don't reimburse their customers, they will likely go out of business. People will stop using them. Another very big one is FTX. Another is Crypto.com. Gemini, definitely Gemini I would put up there with a very high trust score. But my take on the crypto market and the exchanges is that yes, if you're going to be trading and you're going to be very active, then yes, you'll probably want crypto on an exchange. But if you are planning to just hold crypto on an exchange long term and not really touch it, if you're going to do that and take that risk, at least keep it on a platform where you can earn interest, at least if you're going to take that risk. So some popular platforms that earn interest are Crypto.com. Even Gemini now has an earning program. I also like to use Voyager, as you guys know that watch my video. Good rates, even on stablecoins, 9% API, which is amazing. And if you want to get started with Voyager, I do have a link down below. And with that link, you can get a free $25 Bitcoin bonus. So we can see from now that there's no one way to hold your crypto. There are various ways, and it will depend on how much responsibility you want and also the convenience level that you want. And some people watching this video might be of the belief that get rid of centralized exchanges, get rid of banks, let's go full DeFi, full self-custody. Even that environment is not totally safe. to date, there has been $1.5 billion lost in DeFi exploits. So anywhere you go, there is risk. But anywhere you go, you have the option to reduce your risk simply by keeping your funds in more than one place. The more the better. But of course, you can get to a level where maybe you're on so many different platforms that it's just not convenient. So remember, there is no one exact way to store your crypto. For me personally, I believe in hardware wallets, but that's just me. Maybe you don't want that responsibility, but if you do want to take that responsibility, I wouldn't even say responsibility, but it's more even of a privilege, and you want to get a hardware wallet, go ahead and watch this video, Ledger Nano S versus Ledger Nano X. Stay safe out there. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.